Try before we die. Single malt Scotch whiskey, we love it, no lie. Way up in New Hampshire at the bitter end, we're gonna draw a number, then the drinking begins. There's Colin and Malcolm too. Some friends have gathered, gonna do a show for you. Bottles will open, glasses will clink. They'll take a drink and let you know just what they think. Try before we die, with a bearded man and a British guy.
I was surprised to see you here.
I'm always surprised to be here. Do I believe?
Listen, I talked to HR,
Yep.
and they said they were going to send you a dismissal letter.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't
If you
received
don't
it.
start wearing... I mean, today might pass, but you got to up your wardrobe.
Collar?
All right. I'm just saying. For season 3 of Try Before We Die, I'm Colin.
I'm Malcolm.
And we're back coming at you with hopefully a lot of new surprises. You've maybe already seen some as today's episode has rolled out. We're really excited about what we have in store for this whole season.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good direction that we're going to be going to. There's definitely been a lot of newfangled devices been thrown in. A little bit, going to be out of my freaking realm when it comes to new stuff. But it does look good.
Yeah.
And it still looks like a bar, which is really counts.
Yeah, it's not like one of those Old West sets that looks like an Old West town, but when you push on it, it just all falls over. What was that movie?
Blazing Saddles?
Hey! Now, no quotes.
No.
Because it's not the 70s anymore and you can't have fun. But it is season 3. It's regular episode night. And Malcolm, was there anything you wanted to bring up about season 3, what you're looking forward to?
I'm actually, you know what is probably the most exciting part of this is actually feeling like we're moving forward in the sense that things are starting to change. We're getting a little bit more high tech. We've got some great people helping us out. And I'm looking forward to see how all that comes together. Based on what I've sort of had a sneak peek at, I think it's just up and away.
It's earlier today we were doing some tech work, some behind the scenes stuff, and
Yeah, I heard
a few of the
rumors.
crew were like, "This is like a thing now." But one of the things that I wanted to just sort of acknowledge is I have walked around. The shelves are completely full.
I have noticed that.
There are, if you were to look at the cheat sheet over there in the bottom left, you'd see there are 0 open spots in the bottle sections.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So
Well,
the Whiskey Fairy came again.
well, okay, so those are even new to me then. That's
Yeah.
great, because now I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
And the Whiskey Fairy increased capacity. So we've exceeded season 2's capacity. We have more bottles in the bar. So a true acknowledgement of what we have going on here is that we are 237 unopened bottles of whiskey in the bar. Single malt. There are some repeats, but 237 single malts. 61 open bottles. So we're maintaining our about 300 bottle count in this bar of Try Before We Die.
I'm not going to complain, but it's obviously that this will be an ongoing show until we drop dead.
We noted, we referenced at one point Try Until We Die. But yeah, and I'm super excited because there are a number of new bottles. I think we've probably added in both Whiskey Fairy trips somewhere close to 30 bottles that have never been in this bar before. In addition to all the bottles we never opened in the first 2 seasons. So this is it just continues to be exciting.
So, like I said, we're going to keep doing this until we drop dead.
Yeah. Or, at some point,
we go on a real bender. We
just go for it.
Let's go for it.
Go for it. Or it just is determined. I'm not gonna buy anymore. I'm just not looking forward to that day.
No, I'm not. I'm not even worried about it. Yeah. So those look like that.
Those are. I've never even heard of that distillery. So I've done a little research.
Okay.
So when those come up.
And I did notice there was a few fill-ins on the backside.
Yeah. And there's been some movement around. There's another couple of Glenmorangies behind us.
So I'm going to have to peruse the aisles again to get myself acquainted with what I want to be doing.
Yeah. So try before we die. So for everybody out there, we're really working on our segments and our content. The regular episodes, we're going to focus on the whiskey. And our bonus episodes will focus a little bit more on sort of the bar, the history, and the artifacts. Although Mal, I think, just knocked an artifact over there.
Yes, I
which
did.
are some slate coasters.
Which are right up against my elbow. I'm like, who put this in?
That's
Who's in control of the set? Yeah, I'll put that right there.
Who's that on that? Why don't you just hold that up for everybody?
Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, good. Really? When'd you get these rubbish things?
That was from our crew member, our teammate Kevin, put these together for my 50th birthday, if I recall correctly.
Oh, it says on the back, MXS Narnia. Oh, loss.
But we're most valuable team that day.
Oh, yes, we were.
Yeah.
He's actually pretty... That Lemming, he's all right.
He's crafty.
He is crafty.
Yeah.
Heard he's making like clamps and all sorts of stuff. He does this rubbish.
You know. That's what happens when you get married. You just have to go to your workshop. It's why there's a bar in the house, right? I'm going to the bar. Dum, downstairs.
No, this is wonderful. So season 3. So let's just go over it. We do season 3. How many episodes is that?
Well, 12 months. 12 months. 2 regular a month. So 24 regular episodes, 12 bonus episodes with a possible special here or there. Yeah.
So, okay.
And we'll have guests on set. Again, not that we want to bring up the C word too much, but hopefully the corona and all that doesn't impair our ability to continue to have guests on set. As we saw at the end of season 2, we began to bring some back. We have some lined
There's some
up.
life coming back.
Yeah.
There is some life coming back. I do like the new setup here with the more open forward seats right here, so they don't have to shift them off into the back corner.
And we brought out some on the Facebook page. Maybe some of you saw some COVID protocols and some procedures.
Yep.
And we're really going to follow those because nobody wants the outbreak.
It's real.
It is real. Okay. So, this is what we're doing. It's season 3. Why don't we just get after opening a bottle of whiskey and just get right to it?
Yeah, I mean, we've got the new, and that. So you might as well hit some buttons.
Want to push a button?
I don't want to push the button. You push the button.
You have to lean right across.
I do have to lean across. Yeah,
I might lean on you while you're leaning across.
I realize that.
Let's just try it. I might not.
All right. Go ahead and push that button.
I would totally lean across.
Yes, you would.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Our first bottle of season 3. What do you think? Is it going to be in the first 75 behind us, the 23 above us, the 50, or the 50, or the 18, or the 21?
So not to make a spectacle of this, but I will, in a voice of maybe a younger person, it's a random number. I can't tell you where it is.
I'm asking you to guess.
It's a random number. I can't tell you what it's going to be.
Can you randomly just guess a number?
Okay.
Between 1 and 237.
I'm going to go 2, 3, 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, my Lord.
Random.
You make me want to burp.
Random.
Tell me when to let go.
Now. Oh, good Lord. 114.
114.
Which actually puts us in a good area, if I remember rightly.
Okay, so at 114, I'm going to have to get up. And so, we're at a transition point. Okay, 114. So we know we're at 98 here. 100, 2, 4, 6, 108. 110, 112. Mal, you getting nervous?
Actually, no, but go ahead.
112, 114. It's a Bunnahabhain.
I will be honest with you, I have never had one of those.
So it's an Isla.
Oh, lovely.
That's why I wondered if you were nervous.
See, and that's why I didn't know.
Yep. So this is a Stiuireadair.
Fancy.
This is actually from the Whiskey Fairy yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, this is a new bottle. This is a brand new release from Bunnahabhain, the S3E1. So I probably pronounced a little oddly both times, but that's what it looks like. It says it's a Gaelic meaning. This is the helmsman. So this is Gaelic for helmsman.
All right.
And of course, Isla is an island, right? So surrounded by water. So
Yeah, the helmsman will be driving the boats.
Yeah, exactly.
Piloting the boats.
So natural color, non-chill filtered or unchill filtered. We'll talk a little bit about natural color. How about that?
All right.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right, very good. To the bar. We're back at the bar.
I see that.
We pulled the Bunnahabhain. How did I pronounce that? Stiuireadair. And it really felt like I got this.
Oh, yeah. Without doubt.
You pronounce it. You pronounce it.
One, I'm English.
Try.
One, I'm English.
Try.
One, I'm English. And there's no way I'm
You're
going to
British.
pronounce.
We had a talk
Yeah.
while you weren't here. You're British. Can you pronounce that?
Stiuireadair.
Ding, 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 ding. It's almost like he knew.
Well, you know.
So it is the Stiuireadair.
There.
Dar.
There.
Dar.
There.
Dar.
There.
Of the mark. The stew riders of the mark.
The stew riders of the mark. Put the bottle down. Let's do some talking.
The Bunnahabhain. The what?
Bunnahabhain.
The what?
Bunnahabhain. Stiuireadair.
Which means?
The helmsman.
Why do you think the helmsman was that important?
Because as we've started, this is from Islay. Mm-hmm. That would be an island. Mm-hmm. You'd have to get to an island by boat.
Especially back in the day.
And what drives a boat? Or pilots a boat?
Wind?
Yep, that. And keeps it on course.
Oars?
Keeps it on course. Don't say rudder.
The moon.
Oh, good Lord.
Rudder. The helmsman.
The helmsman. Which, as you pointed out before, is on every bottle of theirs, correct?
Right. I think we have the helmsman here, right?
Correct.
He's the man at the wheel.
That is right.
Right. So that song should have been Helmsman, Take the Wheel.
If you say so.
Okay. So somebody must have a teenager who knows what that meant.
Not me.
So the Bunnahabhain Stiuireadair,
Fair.
meaning the helmsman, it is a single malt Scotch from Islay, but there's no age statement.
Okay.
So, and an age statement means that it has to state the age of the youngest whiskey in the bottle.
So there's several whiskeys involved.
So in this particular, not always, but in this particular bottle, there are several vintages of Bunnahabhain married together or vatted to create this release. So they've chosen not to acknowledge the youngest age, which means there could be a 3-year-old in there along with a 16-year-old married together to find the flavors they were looking for. We don't know that, but what we do know is that there are several different vintages in here.
So for the novices out there, would that mean that's a blend?
So a blend, a blend means that there are whiskeys from several different distilleries.
Okay.
At least 2, but most blends will have multiple distilleries. When it's all coming from the same distillery, and the whole process occurred there, it can still be a single malt.
And it can keep the moniker single malt.
Absolutely.
Which is a big thing.
Which matters. And I see here that Bunnahabhain was established in 1881. How handy could you grab a book? Is there a book without you making a mess over there?
Oh, I'll make a mess, but I probably can grab one.
Oh my God, look how old you sound. Oh. Bunnahabhain, what do you figure the first letter is?
V.
V. All right, I'll look right here.
All right.
Look what I found. Look what I found. You know,
Werewolf?
it feels like we're in the Highlands when we're really in the
Werewolf.
Highland. Yeah. Ugh.
Don't tell me to get that one.
Bunnahabhain has the most hidden location of the Islay distilleries and the most superficially difficult name.
Yes, that I'd agree with.
Because it looks like Bunnahabhain.
Or bunny something.
Yeah, but it's Bunnahabhain. And the most delicate whiskey. New owners since 2003 are the smallest group in the industry. Yep, the distillery's water, and we should talk about water at some point, rises through limestone, and because it is piped to the distillery, it does not pick up peat on the way.
So you would also mention natural color.
Yeah. Well, I just want to follow up on that just
All right.
a little bit. So the peat flavors are often through the drying of the malt.
Yes.
Okay? But some folks will talk a lot about the water, whether the granite it rolls over or the peat bogs it comes through. They're saying that Bunnahabhain's water comes from the spring and is piped in, and thus it doesn't come into the contact with the peat on the way. Right. And yes, Mal, this particular bottle notes that it is natural color.
And what exactly does that mean?
That's interesting to me because I always thought all whiskey was natural color, but there are some that don't say that at all.
Okay.
And so you're allowed to add this something of caramel, and I forget what it's called, so that you can have a consistent coloration if you have a regular product line release, so that it always looks the same. In some ways, if you have a Big Mac in New Hampshire and you order it in California, it will be exactly the same.
Yep.
Taste,
Yep.
everything. And so some whiskeys want to always look the same. I think as you rise up in the price range or the rarity or the uniqueness of whiskeys.
Age, maybe?
The ages, they're allowing for some of those changes and allowing the coloration to really just come from the wood. So we'll maybe do a little bit more on that in a Whiskey Today's Fact in another episode.
All right, so I think on that segue, it's time to crack that bottle open.
Did you know that's a brand new bottle here? The Whiskey Fairy brought that yesterday.
This is one of the brand new ones?
This is one of the brand new ones. This is a brand new release from Bunnahabhain. This is not available 6 months ago.
Now, I will say
This
this,
is brand
before
new.
you do crack it open, the one thing you haven't mentioned is maybe the peat smoky flavor of this. Nothing was mentioned, right?
No, I there's nothing that I see.
You said fruity, sherry?
Yeah. It's a complex malt with a rich sherry influence and aromas of fruit, nuts, and spice.
And you did say this was from Isla, right?
It is an Isla.
All right, this is going to be interesting.
It is going to be interesting. Going to open it.
Go for it.
All right.
Maybe like on our 50th episode, I can open the bottle.
Maybe. Still got to get that.
Yeah, I know. You got to get those. You got to.
All right.
Epaulets, by the way.
Is that what it's called?
That's what those fancy things are
Not
called.
snobby tops?
I think you call them that too.
Here we go.
Soft. I didn't. Did you open it? Is that like a plastic one?
No, that's cork. Huh.
That made no sound whatsoever.
It just slid
It
right
was like
out.
a silent one.
It's like a hot dog in a hallway.
I will say this though. Okay, so back on this Isla kick.
Yep.
If you were to just line this up in a cork freaking like line up like they do for people that were going to jail, and you said, "Hey, where did this come from? In what part?" I would have a very hard time picking that one
It
up.
doesn't have that traditional Isla
No,
nosing at all.
no. It's got a very sweet smell to it, comparatively speaking.
Let's find out.
Okay, so this is natural color,
Yeah.
so it looks like a Scotch.
Or a rich apple juice. But I promise you, this is a Scotch. Well, we just saw the bottle get opened.
Well, they didn't hear
Yeah,
it.
I want to see. Do you remember how to nose a glass of whiskey?
Yeah, the freaking spin of the push.
And then
That does smell good.
it doesn't smell peaty.
No. It is apple juice.
It is.
You
There's a little apple something. There's
You
a
just
little.
actually. Yeah, you may be onto something.
Yeah, that's that fruity.
You just spent a buttload of money on apple juice.
It's a artisan apple juice.
Oh, that's great then.
Here we go.
Are you sure that's an Isla?
That's rich.
Are you sure this is an Isla? You sure this has not been like relabeled?
This might be an Islay.
That is
rich.
really good.
That's deep.
Okay, so let's just take the Isla off the case.
Okay.
If I was to say that is more like a Speyside.
I was imagining this to be something of a Macallan.
You know, I didn't want to bring that up. Yeah. I didn't want to do that.
It's rich. It's got some complexity to it.
I would say like the 12, Macallan 12.
It's not medicinal whatsoever. Nope. Something nutty.
Yes.
And fruity. That's that apple-y on the nose.
The nuttiness is in the middle part, just before it goes down your throat.
Very rich.
There's a little bit of warmth, but not bad.
It ends very quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I would say that is a very tasty Scotch. That is like really good.
That is really good.
Now I'm like even more. I mean, what? Really? This is an Isla?
I think that the other ones may be more traditional.
I don't know about that. But that's good. Yeah, maybe apple.
I think it's apple on the nose, nutty in the middle, smooth on the finish, and I think there's a lot of deep sweetness. I mean, there's some depth to that sweet in this whiskey.
And a little, not viscous. It's got some meat to it. You can feel it.
Right.
Coat your tongue.
It's not thin.
No. Wow, that's really good.
Wow. See, it popped that time. Must have been too much whiskey in the bottle.
Are you driving?
I'm the helmsman.
Go on, give me just a little bit.
All right.
Don't overdo it. Oh, you're not shaking? Oh, yes, you are.
Well, it's only because you started to say it. I was like, I'm going to dribble it all over the place.
That is really good. And you can pick up some of the sherry as well.
It's just very rich. I am impressed with the Bunnahabhain Stiuireadair.
There. No, that is really good. Yeah. But like I said, I have a hard time believing that's from Islay. Very hard time.
It's not a traditional Islay flavor.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Like I said, Macallan, I think you're on the right lines with that. Definitely Speyside.
Yep.
It's really, really got some body to it. It's got some great flavors.
Yep.
And it's not harsh.
Yep. I would lean more towards a Highland than a Speyside.
Okay.
Yep.
I can give you that.
But just in that richness.
Yep.
I find a Speyside might be just a little smoother. This is incredibly smooth, so maybe not as rich. Speysides maybe don't come across as rich.
I'll give you that.
Yep.
I'll give that.
Yep.
That's actually valid.
Yeah.
But that's really good.
So the Bunnahabhain surprising us with
Very
great
much
joy.
so.
Yes, excellent whiskey. So Mal, as we start to wrap this up, you went somewhere, and I think you had an awesome time and want to go back. And I have also been there and felt like, wasn't my favorite. Remember where that was?
Maui.
Wowie.
Hawaii. Oh, good Lord. Please tell me we're not going to destroy Hawaiian legends.
Yeah, we're going back to Hawaii for our toast tonight. Our season 3 premiere episode. We're wrapping it up with one of Mal's favorite vacation spots. For me, I'd rather be cold than warm, so it doesn't necessarily work for me as much, but I had a good time. I went to Kauai, and you went to Maui?
I went to Maui.
Yep.
So before you do this, I just want to say ahead of season 3, I am so sorry to the rest of the world for what we're going to do to people's languages. Over to you.
I'm not. It's the effort. That's what I've learned. When I'm somewhere else, if you've ever traveled with me, I adopt the accent, the language.
Oh, yes. That's so true. So true.
I do my best. Best. No apologies. I'm trying. But in Hawaii...
We have to do it like a bourbon one. Just so you could dress up like the Colonel.
I do declare.
All right.
So Hawaii.
Cheers
in Hawaii, it appears in the native Hawaiian, is...
Huli Pau.
Huli Pau. It's kind of like holy cow.
On this, without doubt.
Holy cow.
Holy cow. That is good.
It's a fantastic dram.